Santos Tour Down Under. This is stage 2 from Unley to Stirling for Staging Connections. It is time to talk tactics for Alpecin, and I'm joined by Robbie McEwen. Rob, today we want to talk about the breakaway. Now, at the moment we have Adam Hansen out by himself, but what about the more regulation breakaways where we see 4, 5, 6? Tell us about that whole ideology of getting in one.
Yeah, well, we see that every day almost, Tim. The riders trying to break away right from the start. You'll see an early attack and riders trying to jump across and get into that move. But it's a lot more complicated often than it looks. You have to make so many efforts, so many maximal sprints to try and get into that breakaway and break the elastic with the group. And it's all about timing and having that little bit of luck too, that just to that moment, the peloton decides, all right, that's the one we're going to let go. And we look at yesterday, there was quite a lot of action. It all got pulled back in together, and then there's that one moment someone decides this is when I go, and it was Sean Lake from UniSA. And it seems when UniSA go here, the peloton thinks, well, we know they always get in the breakaway, we're happy with that one to go away. But you see a couple more riders jump out, and this is that moment where they've just got to hope that there isn't one more that jumps out and drags the bunch back up to them. So it's having the firepower, the persistence and the perseverance, and that little bit of luck for it to go away. But sometimes it gets all dragged back together. We saw a lot of attacking today, all dragged back in. There was a first intermediate sprint where the Green Edge riders took bonus seconds, and then Adam Hansen, right after that, that was the moment. He hit them hard, he hit them fast, and he's now gone away alone. So there's a lot of toing and froing, a little bit of element of luck, but you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to make so many efforts and work so hard, and it's more than just one simple jump out of the bunch to get yourself in the break.
And often you'll see a rider get in a breakaway to try and win the race, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, well, more often than not, they're trying to win the race, but you also see riders trying to get in the break to serve another purpose. It might be a rider from a team just getting up there and representing the team in the break, so their team doesn't have to chase behind for the day, spares the whole team. Or in this case, what we're seeing on the screen now, keep an eye on Jack Bobridge in the yellow helmet. Last year, he was trying to get in this breakaway just so he was at the front of the race, so he could take the King of the Mountain points. So he got into the breakaway, he got the King of the Mountain points, and that was his job basically done for the day. As soon as he crossed over that line as part of the breakaway, he said, I've got the points, I'm going to sit up and go back to the peloton. So there's different purposes out there. Other guys might be trying to get up the road, get some bonus seconds, and then drop back to the bunch. So there's breakaways and there's breakaways.
And once you're there, you've got to stay there, and you've got to look at building.
Well, if you're in it for the long haul and you're trying to win the stage, it's one thing about getting away, but then once you get away, that's when the real hard work starts. You've got to go about building that gap. You're always dependent on the peloton and who's going to chase behind, how much intensity they're going to put into it. We see today Orica Green Edge controlling the chase. What we're seeing on screen now is from a few years ago, 2011, when Cam Meyer got in the break with teammate Matthew Wilson, and they just managed to hold off the pack. As they were sprinting for the line, the peloton was bearing down on them. So, real cooperation from those guys to stay away, but he won the stage in this instance, which also won him the whole Santos Tour Down Under. So, the breakaways in this race are always, they play a vital role in not only the stage wins, but who can win the overall as well.
Finally, what sort of chit-chat goes on in the breakaway? Is there much?
In the breakaway, it depends. If everyone's working well together, it's mostly talking tactics, not time for cracking jokes and having a laugh, but sometimes it's about trying to get everyone to put in the maximum. You get guys out there who's just sort of soft pedaling a little bit and trying to just float along and not do their share, but then the chit-chat starts and they get pulled up pretty quick and told to do their share or get out of here. But there's always a little bit of talk, communication about how much time we got, when we should push it, when we should ease back, and it's a very tactical battle between breakaway and peloton.
Alpecin talking tactics with Robbie McEwen.